Modern cars were once seen as marvels of mechanical engineering, reliable machines built with common sense and a hands-on understanding of driving. Today, however, our cars have become something entirely different. Overpriced computers on wheels, packed with fragile tech that often seems more focused on flashy innovation than on the practical needs of drivers. In this narrative, I'll take you on a journey through the evolution of these machines, highlighting the many ways in which modern design choices have replaced good, old-fashioned engineering with systems that can fail at the worst possible moment. Sit back as we break this down step by step, revealing a tale of planned fragility and misguided innovation. At the very start, the promise was clear. Modern vehicles were meant to be the smartest machines built. The industry touted cutting-edge technology and futuristic design. But somewhere along the line, a critical error was made. Instead of embracing the enduring simplicity of the past, automakers began replacing time-tested mechanical solutions with digital alternatives. The simplest example is that of physical buttons, which have been supplanted by glossy touchscreens. These screens may look futuristic, but they often blind drivers in low light, distract them with multiple taps for simple tasks, and erode the intuitive feel that comes from tangible controls. It's as if the act of updating the user interface became more important than ensuring the driver could easily reach for the controls in moments of need. Many drivers never asked for this change in direction. Safety experts warned that these modern interfaces are not only less practical, but could even compromise safety in critical situations. Yet car companies continued down this path, driven by lower manufacturing costs and the allure of a futuristic image. Today's vehicles are filled with decisions that seem to prioritize marketing and upward cost management over actual function. The notion of if it isn't broken, don't fix it appears to have been lost in a pursuit of relentless complexity. When taking a closer look inside today's vehicles, one encounters a phenomenon best described as electronic over-engineering. A decade ago, a simple glance under the hood would reveal an assembly of mechanical parts that were instantly recognizable. Mechanics had a clear understanding of what each component did and how they fit together. Today, however, the complexity has risen to the point where plastic covers conceal a labyrinth of sensors, microchips, fiber optics, and various modules that, taken together, cost more than an entire engine might have in a vehicle from the 1990s. It's no longer a question of robust, straightforward engineering. Instead, every fundamental function of your car, be it seat adjustment, climate control, steering, transmission, or even the door handles, is mediated by a computer. The problem with relying on these intricate digital systems is that each one poses a potential point of failure. And when a system fails, the costs skyrocket from a few $100s to thousands. Rather than designing parts that can be repaired individually, manufacturers often create systems that are so integrated that a single failure necessitates an entire replacement of a module. Picture a scenario where a car's computer code rivals that found in a fighter jet. Yet the people tasked with servicing these vehicles are not military engineers, but rather technicians at a dealership who charge absurd amounts for simple fixes. This discrepancy between past mechanical reliability and modern electronic fragility is a glaring example of innovation that has strayed far from its promise. The real tragedy is that cars today tend to break down faster than they did a couple of decades ago. This isn't because drivers are treating their vehicles any more harshly or because road conditions have worsened drastically. Instead, the culprit is the delicate, ultra-sensitive technology that now controls nearly every aspect of the car. Moisture can wreak havoc on sensors, intense heat can damage screens, and the low temperatures of winter can sap the power of lithium batteries that run the smart features. Even everyday vibrations, constant in a moving car, gradually degrade delicate connectors, cameras, and wiring harnesses. A single, inexpensive $12 sensor can set off a cascade effect. A failed sensor might disable a blind spot monitor, which in turn could knock out lane assist and trigger a host of other malfunctions until the car is forced into limp mode. It's a domino effect where the fragility of modern design becomes evident with each small failure. This trend of planned fragility isn't just a matter of inconvenience, it's a critical design flaw. Every extra piece of digital hardware added to modern vehicles increases the likelihood of another failure, leading to a cycle where the car that once stood as a testament to reliability now exists as a complex web of interdependent modules. The design philosophy seems to have shifted from creating durable machines built to last for hundreds of thousands of miles to assembling a delicate, high-tech puzzle that might only work under ideal conditions. It's as if manufacturers have moved away from the wisdom of the past and toward a future where even minor faults can end up costing thousands of dollars. Reflecting on these issues brings us to some of the most infuriating design choices that have crept into modern vehicles. One of the major culprits is the over-reliance on touchscreens to control every function. Imagine driving down the road during a sudden rainstorm and having to navigate a digital interface to adjust something as simple as the fan speed or defog the windows. Essential functions, once accessible with a simple press of a button, are now locked behind menus that demand multiple taps, often at the exact moment when your attention should be squarely on the road ahead. It's like trying to turn on a light in your home only to realize that the switch is hidden inside a cabinet. Another perplexing trend is the use of fake engine sounds. Modern engines have become so muted, thanks in part to stricter noise regulations and advanced soundproofing techniques, that what some manufacturers have done is digitally recreate the roar of an engine through speakers. The effect is akin to listening to a recording of a guitar solo when the real instrument is silent, a manufactured illusion intended to provide the driver with a sense of excitement, despite the underlying engine performance having been compromised in the process. The complexity of modern transmissions further underscores the industry's errant priorities. Gone are the days when a car might have 5 or 6 gears, each serving its purpose clearly and efficiently. Today's vehicles boast transmissions with 9 or 10 gears, or even continuously variable systems and dual clutch mechanisms that promise smoother rides, but also introduce numerous potential points of failure. More gears, more complexity, ultimately meaning more ways for things to go wrong. The sheer intricacy of the system often leaves drivers baffled when a malfunction occurs, underscoring the disconnect between high-tech design and practical everyday usability. In addition to these issues within the engine and transmission, modern bumpers have become shockingly fragile. These bumpers are not merely designed to protect the vehicle, but now house critical sensors and cameras essential for advanced driver assistance systems. A minor tap at a speed as low as 5 miles per hour can result in damages running into the thousands, turning what was once a minor inconvenience into an expensive repair nightmare. A mistake in parking that might have once been an annoyance has metamorphosed into a financially traumatic event for many drivers. Perhaps one of the most troubling trends is the transformation of cars into platforms controlled almost entirely by software. When you purchase a modern vehicle, you are in effect buying a subscription service. Essential features like heated seats, advanced navigation systems, or even certain driver assistance capabilities can be locked behind monthly fees and software updates that you have little control over. The notion of owning a car has gradually shifted towards a model where the manufacturer maintains ongoing control over the functionality of what is, after all, your vehicle. This shift also means that your car becomes a tracking device, silently reporting every mile and movement to the manufacturer's system. Overwhelmed by unnecessary complexity, our modern vehicles seem to have forgotten that the primary purpose of a car is to get you from point A to point B safely and reliably. The many extra features and high-concept designs often distract from the basic needs of the driver, placing flashy innovation above true functionality. It's not a question of whether the new technology works. It's a question of whether it works better than the simpler, more reliable systems of the past. So if modern cars are burdened by complexity and destined to break faster than their predecessors, how can we move forward from here? The solution, though simple at its core, challenges the prevailing design philosophy of the automotive industry. First and foremost, there must be a return to physical controls, knobs, buttons, and switches that can be used safely and effectively without a digital interface in the middle. These tactile controls offer reliability even when the software behind them fails, providing a much-needed fallback in critical situations. Additionally, repairability needs to become a primary design consideration, instead of engineering cars as monolithic electronic systems that require complete module replacements. Manufacturers should design vehicles where individual components can be swapped out as needed. This shift not only lowers repair costs, but also promotes the use of aftermarket parts and prevents dependency on proprietary systems that are expensive and difficult to replace. It's about rewarding mechanical simplicity, the kind of rugged engineering that has kept airplanes, trains, and industrial equipment running reliably for decades. Another crucial step is to stop using cars as platforms for tech demonstrations. While advanced infotainment systems and mood lighting that syncs with your favorite music may catch the eye, they distract from the primary goal of a vehicle to serve as a safe and reliable mode of transportation. The focus should be on functionality that serves the driver, not on impressing consumers with features that are as superfluous as a steering wheel that resembles a video game controller. Most importantly, the industry must start listening to the drivers themselves, real people who depend on their vehicles day in and day out. Decisions should be driven by practical feedback and genuine needs, not solely by marketing teams or the drive to create the next big tech buzz. Drivers want machines that protect them, not overwhelm them with unnecessary complexity and fragile technology that can fail at the most inopportune moment. Ultimately, the call to action is clear. If the automotive industry refuses to revisit and correct its course, it is up to us, the consumers, to demand better engineered vehicles that stand the test of time. We must push for designs that prioritize safety, reliability, and straightforward usability over needless digital frills and planned obsolescence. It is not about rejecting innovation outright, but reining it in so that it serves its true purpose, enhancing the driving experience rather than sacrificing reliability for fleeting futuristist for appeal. In the end, while modern cars may seem like marvels of innovative design, beneath all the high-tech gloss lies a potential hazard, a fragility engineered by a pursuit of ideals that have lost sight of the fundamentals. As we reflect on this journey through modern automotive design, we see a clear path forward, a call for a return to simplicity, for designs that are robust, for repairs that are affordable, and for manufacturers that listen to the people behind the wheel. Our cars should be built to last, to perform, and to protect us, even in challenging conditions. This narrative is not merely an indictment of modern car design, but an invitation to reimagine what our vehicles could be. Instead of succumbing to a trend of excessive electronic complexity, why not embrace the timeless principles of good engineering? By reinstating physical controls, ensuring repairability, rewarding mechanical simplicity, and shifting the focus back to the driver's actual needs, we can reclaim the road with vehicles that truly deliver on the promise of safety and reliability. Modern cars have the potential to be both technologically advanced and reliably built. They don't have to be fragile and expensive traps waiting to break down. Instead, they can be the kind of machines that our predecessors built, machines that work every day, in every weather condition, and for every mile traveled. The solution is not to shun innovation altogether, but to balance it with a commitment to practicality and durability. We now stand at a crossroads where consumer demand can drive a powerful change. Every time you experience a glitch in your car's system or find that essential features have been replaced with complicated digital menus, remember that there is a better way forward, a way that honors the legacy of reliable design while still embracing meaningful innovation. The truth is out there. Cars should be more than just gadgets on wheels. They should serve as steadfast companions on the road, impervious to the planned fragility that has become all too common. If we demand better engineering, if we demand cars that work the way they're meant to, then change is not only possible, it is inevitable. The time has come for a return to common sense in automotive design. We need vehicles that last, vehicles that protect, vehicles that are built with the same care and attention to detail as the classic machines of yesteryear. Only then can we ensure that the cars we drive are truly the machines we can trust with our lives, every single mile. The future of our roads depends on a commitment to simplicity, durability, and above all, a respect for the driver's needs. It is our collective responsibility to push back against the trend of over-engineering and demand vehicles that embody the spirit of timeless reliability. With each decision we make as consumers, we have the power to steer the industry towards designs that reflect not only the promise of innovation, but also the enduring principles of safety and usability.